Welcome to Medicine for a Book Hangover. This is episode 4, and this is my library haul. This is the first one I've talked about on here, but I admit it, I have a problem. A problem, but that it's totally okay with me. I have a library problem. We go every week. I absolutely adore our libraries. They've been updating them to have more areas for kids, more programs for our kids, more programs for adults. So we are there at least once a week. So my problem has gotten worse. I am hoarding library books like crazy. So the first one, so I'm going to tell you what ones I have hauled lately. And I don't know if I will read these or not. They look so pretty on my shelf right now. But I hope to try to read them, and the good thing about libraries is you can always renew them as long as there's not a hole. So I do it all the time. I borrow more than I buy, just because I'm married with 2 kids and I work part-time. So it's cheaper for me to go to the library. So the first book I'm going to talk about is Cruel Prince by Holly Black. This book has been hyped all over Bookstagram. And it was supposed to be on my TBR for last month, for March. I will discuss that in my wrap-up, but it's still sitting on my to-be-read shelf, and we'll see if I will actually read it or not. The second one, Strange the Dreamer. I picked this up because I love the way it looks. Plus, again, hyped on Bookstagram, hyped on BookTube, hyped everywhere, and I want to see what the hype is all about. So, and this is by Laini Taylor. So, of course, I grabbed it. Third one, this one hasn't been hyped as much. I have seen it a lot, or I've seen it a few times on Bookstagram. It's called One Dark Throne by Kendare. I think I said that right. It sounds pretty good. And so I thought I'd check it out. Oops. Apparently I just looked back over to the synopsis. I usually check the synopsis to make sure that I'm not getting the second book. It is the sequel to 3 Dark Crowns. So after this is done, I will be requesting the first book for that. Okay, and my fourth one is Sacre by Christopher Moore. It's a comedy d'art. I have not been able to find any comedy novels lately. And my friend said that Christopher Moore is hilarious. And so I found this sitting up on the bookshelf at the library, so I picked it up. I have not started it at all either, but I'm hoping to soon. Okay, another hyped one for my 5th one is Eliza and Her Monsters. I've heard good things about this. I have heard bad things about it. I have heard meh things about it. So I'm going to try to read this and see if I like it or not. It's by, oh my goodness. It is by Francesca Zappia. So if anybody has read it and wants to talk about it soon, or do a buddy read on it soon, let me know. Yeah, I've heard good things and I've heard bad things, so we'll see. Okay, some may kill me on this next one, but it is Without Merit by Colleen Hoover. I have never, don't kill me, Bookstagram, I have never read a Colleen Hoover novel before, at all. But I've followed her on Facebook, her Facebook pages, and her awesome charity, I follow that. But I have never read her books. So I found this one, and I'm like, you know what, I'm probably going to pick one up. It's been staring at me, I'm going to pick it up. I don't know when I'm going to read it, but I'm picking it up. So that's that. Now my last one, I have a whole spiel about it. It is this is the last book I'll be talking about in this episode, because I have the most to talk about it. This is The House of Secrets by V.C. Andrews. Okay, so V.C. Andrews was the author that totally made me the reader that I am today. At 15 or 16, I picked up my first book by her, called Rain, and I loved it. Then my mom, I think that Easter, got me Flowers in the Attic, because I begged her to do it. Now, Flowers in the Attic for a 15, 16-year-old girl, not the normal books you would recommend. For a teenage girl. If you know anything about V.C. Andrews, you know it's a gothic mystery, they call them gothic novels. But in Flowers in the Attic, no spoilers or anything, but I'm sure you can find it anywhere. We talk about, what is it called? Incest, and they talk about just other family secrets that you would never talk about. And you know a 16-year-old probably shouldn't be reading about it, but I think my mom basically knew that if she didn't get it for me, that I would find it at the library or, somewhere else. So then I read, after Rain, I read Flowers in the Attic. I read the whole Flowers in the Attic series. Then I found My Sweet Audrina at a rummage sale or something. I wish I had it with me. And of course, I fell in love with that one too. And then I read Heaven, and then I read the Runaway series, which I do have upstairs or somewhere in my books. And so I did a whole college lit report about V.C. Andrews. And if you don't know, she passed away in 1980. Where did I write that down? I always write notes so I won't forget. It was in 1980. Yeah, she died in 1986. After she died, they still had manuscripts and notes and everything of her writings that she never finished or published or anything. So the family found a ghostwriter, and for years nobody knew who the ghostwriter was. But his name is Andrew Niederman. He's also the writer of, he has his own, 40 of his own novels. One of which is The Devil's Advocate, I think is the most known. So he's been writing books in her name since 1986. And the ones that he wrote originally, like Heaven, and I think The Runaways might be the ones that some of the ones that he got from her manuscripts, but don't quote me on that one. And so Heaven was, and the books after Flowers in the Attic, the other ones in the series were written by him, and Ray might have. Well, so my whole spiel about this and him, I'm perfectly fine with ghostwriters. It's known in all of their books. It does say that this is, what does it state exactly? In the little, like when it was published and everything, it does say that, it says, following the death of Virginia Andrews, the Andrews family worked with a carefully selected writer to organize and complete Virginia Andrews' stories and to create additional novels, of which this is one, inspired by her storytelling genius. And this is a brand new one from this year, from January. So, didn't mean to slam it like that. Last time I read one, I picked up at a used bookstore, or maybe like Myers, was Secrets. Oh goodness. Secrets. A lot of the new ones are always like secrets. Like this one is House of Secrets. That one was Window of Secrets, I believe. Oh, it is on the last page. Secrets in the Attic was the one that I picked up in 2007, 8 maybe? I don't remember exactly. But that one is when I stopped reading the ones that he has written. I was angry. It was during the fad of vampires and werewolves and all that kind of stuff with Twilight, which is perfectly fine. But V.C. Andrews is not, or was not, she wrote about ghosts, she wrote about family secrets, she wrote about a lot of other stuff, but never once did she have vampires and werewolves in her books. The Secrets in the Attic, first couple chapters I was reading, had vampires in it. And I put it down on a spite and said, nope, this isn't V.C. Andrews. This is not, I felt anyway, that it was not what V.C. Andrews would have wanted for her name to be on. So then this last week I saw House of Secrets. And I'm like, you know what? I miss these novels. But I'm hoping, I only went through it a little bit, that this is not another one that's trying to jump on the fantasy train. Because the other stuff that I have read, it's more dysfunctional families, and I'm really hoping that that is that and not the fantasy stuff. I know that's a little weird and a drawn out line, but this is what, so I'm hoping that this is much better. So that is all my hauls for this time, and I'm hoping to read these this month or soon. But if you want to talk about these at all with me, please comment below, like and subscribe my page, share it with your book-loving friends, and I will see you later. Thank you for watching.